This is Only Today by the Maharaj, explaining his beautiful, beautiful works that help us get into the spiritual practice of only today. We're on page 377, a serene and successful existence. Let's get started. We said yesterday is like the dead person who can now not be brought back to life or rise from the grave he is buried into. Yesterday is like the dead person who now cannot be brought back to life or rise from the grave he's buried in. I want to go over this idea of yesterday being like the dead person that he says. This is a really phenomenal teaching here. Yesterday's like a dead person. What's something like a dead person? Maybe that relationship that we had back then was very, very important. Very, very significant. But now it's over and it's gone. What do we do when something's dead and gone? I think, especially if we have regret, what we need to do about yesterday is to fire up ourselves for today. Because if I wasted yesterday and the yesterday before that and the yesterday before that, or I made a mistake and another mistake, I said what I didn't want to say, I did what I didn't want to do, I did things I wish I didn't do, then just today needs to be different. And if yesterday's going to bury me in the ground with it, then all we're going to have is a bunch of dead things buried all around, including myself. And today's going to be a day of death, not a day of life. And the Maharaj is coming to try to get us to start ourselves. There's a beautiful thing I got to talk about in our clinic today called Hichazkut, self-strengthening. Rabbi Arish brings down from Rabbi Nachman this beautiful, beautiful power practice of self-strengthening, strengthening the self, which means finding strength when I'm weak and starting over. If I'm stuck in the ground and living in despair, then today is for sure going to suck. But if I want today to be good, I need to strengthen myself. So what do? I need to learn from the past. I need to distill the lesson. We need to distill the lessons of yesterday and yesteryear and bring them into the today and let it power us up. When we lose somebody who's really, really important to us, it can either bring us down or in a lot of ways, for some of us, it can superpower us up. See, now that so-and-so is gone, I feel a responsibility and a power to do this in his merit, to do this because she was that. I want to carry on the legacy. So I want to carry on the legacy of yesterday. Maybe yesterday was a powerful week, and I wish I could get it back because today doesn't feel the same way. So I'm going to carry on the legacy of yesterday now it's gone. Or I made some serious mistakes. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm not going to make them today. So I think what we need to do is sit down and think to yourself, instead of running from yesterday, this is another approach, just saying forget it, disregard it, which is what we're going to deal with soon in an upcoming excerpt. Yeah, a little spoiler alert. We're going to, but in the meantime, to work on saying, I'm bearing it, and I need to work through like a mourning process. I need to sit Shiva and take out of it all the goodness. And maybe in that way, I'll be able to let go of the other part and let it be buried. I need to take the soul and leave the body. And the soul of yesterday is the growth part. And say to myself, okay, it screwed up yesterday. Now I'm not going to. I'm going to motivate and self-strengthen myself so that I am successful today.